Welcome back, it's Series 9, Level 4. This mission is called Divide and Conquer because this is the first time I've listed a mission.
Unit 21. What's your problem? Oh, you don't have a problem. Well, you're the only one. I'm up to my hard disk capacity in robot problems. I hear the war's still going on. And I've got a mission for you here somewhere. Ah, here we go. The enemy's got a big base. Blow it up and kill everyone. Have you got that? Yes, well, I'll tell you, some of the other robots could even screw that up.
What an amazing robot character.
Yeah, I think of all the intros, it's gotta be...
My disk space full of robot problems.
Unit 21. What's your problem? Oh, you don't have a problem. The enemy's got a big base. Blow it up and kill everyone. Have you got that? That's so good. This is the one with the kick-ass rocket.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is a good mission. I really like this one. I remember having like a lot of clearly now knowing everything I know about RTS games. I like that I went through this a lot more systematic. But back in the day when I was like, oh shit. Like, this is it. Like, I gotta win this level because it was hard. This is a tough game for the 11, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, or however old I was.
Let's just always go with 12.
Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah, it was about that.
We're always 12. Oh, and that can't fight that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Although you're tempted to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
because
like
it makes
fucking,
you go buy it, right?
It's like fucking Silent Hill. Like. If I was fucking young and I played, I would think I would have to fight everything. There is not a single part of me until I knew what Silent Hill was and played a certain amount of games, like Amnesia, that you just run. Like, you can't fight everything. It's better to run most of the time. I would fight that if it was
and I'm pretty sure I did. Like, the first time I played this mission, I probably ran face first into that and got destroyed. Like, there is no way.
You probably tried like 3 or 4 times being like, wait, I can't do this.
Yeah.
There has to be another way.
Yeah.
They try and trick you. It's a tricksy game, and it's a bunker.
Yeah, bunker. Woo, bunker.
Woo.
Yeah. Actually, I really specifically love this mission. There's 2 survivor armies. One is in the bottom, with the beyond the bridge there, and you'll notice that I could have destroyed the bridge, but I don't because I can I know I can survive. I know I'm good enough to fight off both fronts and just be fine.
The walls. Buildings online.
Yeah, buildings online. I almost built 2.
Yeah, I
two
saw that.
factories,
I think it'd be almost better to push them out a bit further, so you have more vision.
Yeah, that's true. But I wanted to keep those protected, and you'll gain vision from the the oil rig will.
I love how it's a spider.
I know it's like.
Copy.
Mobile oil rigs, all right. And Corinne and I were mentioning before too, how if you have 2 buildings going at the same time, they build slower, and that's why I wait till the exact second that finished to put down my next structure. Yeah. And this is just
efficiency.
Macro, macro.
And then you
macro.
upgrade it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as soon as that finishes. Yeah. Because it's more important that you get more resources right away, because when you research something, there's going to be a point where you stop. It's a limited amount of time. A resource like oil is something that you want to be mining as quick as you can.
Yeah, exactly. So this is just ensuring that I have economy. Goods economy. And then these guys are called weed killers, and they're like the equivalent of the flamethrower guy, the flame guy, and they have green, and they shoot kind of like Hellbats do, where it's more like a cone rather than a line. Yeah. I think we all are. I don't think anybody was like, no, Hellbats, what are we gonna do without them doing plus damage right away? And it's like I don't even understand why they made that in the first place. Hellions you have to upgrade before you get the plus damage versus light.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they do the same for Hellbats?
There's so much down.
I know.
And it gets healed by Meltbox.
Yeah.
Ounce can be repaired by SCVs.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
I'm
okay with that. Well, at least with
it's okay.
SCVs.
It's very rare that would happen, but
With Terran, you have to make your units go a long way. Like with Zerg, you have the option to be cost inefficient and still like win.
with Zerglings, but not with Muta. Like Zerg has gotten to the point where like we have important armies too. That if we lose,
it's true, but you have more options to be cost inefficient than any other race, right?
As soon as we lose an army, like this is what I've been told by a lot of like good players. Like if you're against a Protoss and they have like a particularly gateway, robo heavy like army type of dealie, if you lose your army, just go into mass muta. Because like that's not good against it. Like you can just, as soon as you lose your army and they lose even 80% of their army, they have 20% of their army less. Or they have 20 left, rather. And they have to defend all of their bases with 20% of their army against Muta.
Yeah.
Like, that's hard. No one knows what we're talking about unless they play StarCraft. Let's talk about this game.
Well, I'd imagine that most people who played KKnD, like, play StarCraft. Like, a lot of our viewers are going to be... And like, yeah, exactly. And like I said before, is we're going to have an essentially RTS-focused channel.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that StarCraft is pretty much the best RTS game that exists right now. So using it as a benchmark is really good to compare to, right? I mean,
and that's like,
obviously some games are gonna have different elements to them, but
and this is where like people, because like in the scene right now, it like sometimes it scares people. They're like, oh, StarCraft is dying, or like it's going. You know, it's like flustering, but StarCraft will always be the best, like
competitive RTS game.
Competitive RTS game. So, like, there's no fear that it's ever gonna disappear.
Like even if it were to like the esports scene were to or like completely fail and die, StarCraft is still the pinnacle.
It was there
RTS.
before there was any money anyway, so it's gonna be there when if there's no money left.
Yeah, a good game perseveres, and that's kind of like the lesson you need to learn in terms of like identifying what's gonna happen in like the future of esports and like that kind of thing. Yeah. It's the same reason
with,
why like
Dota
MOBA,
and
MOBAs are so, or actually I don't want to call them MOBAs anymore. Let's call them hero-based RTS or like strategic RTS.
Why not MOBAs?
I don't know why MOBA. I don't even know what MOBA stands for.
Massively
building online.
That's an MMO.
No. It's Battle Arena. Massively online Battle Arena. That's what it means. That's accurate.
Well, it's not massive though. It's like contained games.
But it's massive, like everywhere. Everyone's everywhere. Multiplayer online battle. Whatever, Kyle. There's an M in it. Fuck you. Online battle arena.
I had a better description of it. It was like strategic RTS or like isometric RTS or something like that. That I think is a better
RTS system.
Yeah.
But
Because they still are real-time strategy games.
But
like Dota is an RTS.
Yeah, with
League of Legends is an RTS.
There's going to be a lot of different games that come in. But it's long Dota. There's nothing that's really going to come in that like really threatens those two because they're so large. Valve is such a good company that like Riot.
Riot.
Whoops. That sounds like a good company name too. And Riot, obviously, that's the thing that fucking goes fucking so fast. Look how fast it goes. And it's a transport ship, and that shit is cool. Anyway, so nothing's really gonna come in and like threaten them. But again, they're competition with each other technically for the same like player base.
Yeah. But Valve has like infinity resources, so.
And so does Riot. There's so much money.
I know exactly. So those games will continue to exist.
But again, it's like StarCraft. There's nothing that's gonna come in that's like anytime soon that's gonna even come close because StarCraft, like the KESPA players are the players that have been playing for 11 years StarCraft 1. That's something that no new RTS game will ever have. Is like players that have been playing for over a decade in a game that has like specific mechanics that transfer over to like a sequel, which is StarCraft 2. Like nothing that. So Kyle's just exploring right now, by the way, with that awesome ship. Oh, Kyle's awesome, Bill Sue. So this is why StarCraft is always going to be like at the top of its game. There's nothing. There's nothing. It takes decades to make a game that's better than
we should talk about that too. Like, Corinne and I had this conversation last night, and we've had this conversation a few times before. Like, every time we watch StarCraft, like we watch the GSL or WCS, we're like it got so much better when the KESPA players moved over. Like, I mean, it was good before, But when the Kespa players got
The
into
best
StarCraft 2,
StarCraft 1.
it just like it just went from, you know, like 95% to like 110% like awesomeness.
99.999.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like
Kyle's setting up the waypoint.
yeah, exactly.
Continuous,
This
like
is what I was
here.
talking about before.
So you get in and it automatically goes when it's
Yeah.
full.
although
and
I
you
think,
don't have to do
oh
that.
wait, I did one. It has to be actually full before it goes, and I'm like, wham. Although I'm pretty sure it glitched out here. Sometimes it glitches out and it doesn't actually work. So you'll see what I'll do is I'll like, because it's so fast, it's actually hard to set it up properly. So that's why I'm sending it to like the other side of the map, so that I have enough time to actually put these commands in, and then like.
Because when it gets back, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So there.
But yeah, but the Kespa players, StarCraft is so much better.
Yeah, innovation, soul.
They're, yeah. Oh man,
Rain.
so good. Jadon's so good.
Jadon's
so good. Oh.
Yeah. Well, wasn't Kespa.
No, yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying random Zerg players'
Yeah.
names. I'm allowed to.
Yeah, labs. Well, we were talking about Kespa players, so
Flash, so good.
Flash good unit, man.
Oh,
And innovation is specifically the one that's like really impressed me, like super duper impressed me.
and it's funny because like the Kespa players started playing like 2 years after it came out. 1 year? How often? Like how much later?
After like
StarCraft
StarCraft
2
Wings
came
of
out.
Liberty.
Yeah. No, StarCraft 2. How long did it take for them to like get forced to do Wings of Liberty?
I think it was just over 2.5 years, almost 3.
2.5 years later, after 2.5 years of creating meta for StarCraft, they're still the best players.
Yeah.
That shows that they have impeccable reasoning, impeccable fucking mechanics, and just like so good, like that. It's just like I remember seeing like I don't even remember what match it was, like, so I can't really say. Shit. Oh no, it was never mind, I can't remember. Kyle, save me. Save the conversation.
It was Sulky versus Innovation. Is that?
There was a show match between like one of the Kespa players that was a Zerg and like I knew Terran, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And like, you know, in StarCraft 1, Ling Muta was so goddamn good against Terran, and like he hadn't played like barely any part of the Storm the Zerg player, but like he played it like so well and so much better than like a lot of like high master GM players, and he had barely played the game. Like he was just so good at that, like the concept of what it was. But obviously he's gonna die to Hellions because that's a new dude. Like it was Wings of Liberty when they had all that. But anyway, they're just.
And it's you see some of the better like I shouldn't say really not better mechanically, but some of the smarter new players are bringing back old metagame shifts.
2.5 years after
Yeah.
StarCraft, and they're better than like a lot of the StarCraft players that have been playing for over 2.5
Yeah,
years.
but what I'm saying is that some of the better and smarter new players are
new
using
players.
old meta to
yeah,
beat
yeah.
the new Kespa players because they know that they
because they never.
They
That's
didn't
the thing.
experience the
Kyle
meta
and I
shift.
have been playing since the beta
Yeah,
of
like
Wings of Liberty.
6 months beta for me and 4 months beta for Corinne.
So there was a point in time where ZVZ was only early game. There was no like fast expanding. It was all like 14-14, like Baneling and Link. But fast expansions have become so common. Like you can hold off if you properly micro. You can hold off a Baneling all-in, which months ago was thought to be like impossible if the Baneling player microed properly. So it's just like newer things are discovered, but if you're not there during that time, then yeah, all those strategies can beat players that are winning against the new meta. The same with when we played beta, we wouldn't die to things that were in the beta, even if they were searched.
Yeah, exactly. Like things we've seen before, right? Like I remember when Heart of the Swarm came out, I had a couple games where I 3-raxed and just stomped, and like that never used to work, right? Or I mean, it used to work like very, very, very early on in the game, but eventually like Zergs figured it out. But now they're so used to being able to expand a lot and like to like move out on the map and like be the ever-present Zerg that we know now. that I was just like being aggressive with bio units and hiding it well, and you know they didn't expect it, and I would just kill them. Like that's just it. Yeah.
So now Kyle's has to destroy these pieces.
Yeah. Me winning is like it's incidental. Yeah, you just watch me like stomp the computers.
There'll be people that like I just want to play KKnD and win. I just want to look at tutorials, just mute us.
Yeah, exactly.
Just mute it.
Yeah.
But this is literally the best like playthrough of
efficient
KKnD 2.
That you'll be able to find, and you can find my other channel. It's just like youtube.com/SmashKAB. Maybe I'll put a link in it. I mean like. I don't have a consistent schedule. Like with Sibling Synergy, you get
every day.
Yeah, 5 days a week, and like sometimes Saturday and Sunday, you'll get videos. But on like my other channels, it's like whenever the hell I feel like it, right? Like I can't dedicate the time to producing for those.
When we have siblings.
Yeah, exactly. And this was like, all right, here's where you know, this is how you break this.
From both sides, multi-prong attack.
Yeah, bam, bam. Look at all those towers go down. I think the explosions in this were too. I always loved the shockwave, the concept of the shockwave.
Yeah.
I think there was like what movie was it? It was like Tremors 2 or Tremors 3 where they're like, it's a shockwave bomb. And I was like, oh my god, the shockwave bomb, that's so cool. And it like put out a blast and like annihilated everything, and like the one guy stopped in front of like a barn, and the other guy kept running. He's like, it's not far enough, and then they keep running and they go into a ditch, and like the barn blows up, and then the shockwave like goes over top of them because they went down into a ditch. Yeah.
There's a really sweet solo in the song. Listen.
Oh. But you see, I'm even like
self-aware.
Yeah, I'm even beating
and something else. That's so cool. Like
how it gives you a little ranking
yeah,
system.
and self-aware for like a robot is like the ultimate.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're a self-aware robot, Jesus fucking Christ.
Then you're a pretty awesome robot.
Yeah, pretty awesome robot.
Pretty awesome robot. Alright, GG!